Are you looking for positive energy? Are you going through life feeling the pain, feeling the hurt? Maybe just something difficult or tragic or traumatic has happened and you can't seem to find the light? This is going to be the episode for you because we're going to talk about the mental shift you can make to bring that positive energy within you so that you can enjoy life the way that you're supposed to. My name is Henry and welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we come together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. I'm so glad to have everyone here together. And before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in, and as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. We're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So this is going to be one of the hardest things to take. Choosing this truth is difficult. When you accept this perspective, it does give you the power, but it does not give you the opportunity to blame anything around you. So if you're hurting, if you're feeling down, most likely something has happened. It could be childhood trauma. It could be something recent in your life. It could be just the world. The world is tough. Friends, family members, work, anything can cause us to shift. And a lot of times we see the cause as this external thing and we blame that. And you're not wrong. If your childhood was rough when you grew up, it's not wrong to assess that and see that that might be causing the situation you're in now, the mindset, the trauma, all of those things. But here's the thing. You are having an experience. You are a powerful being. And if you decide to accept this perspective, this is the perspective that I've accepted now, it can and will change everything for you. You are more than your past, present, or future. You are a being having an experience in the past, present, and future, all for you to grow. You see, if you're listening to this podcast right now and you're able to truly just sit and listen, then you have the ability to take this perspective. You have the power. It's hard. It's really hard to forgive people that don't deserve to be forgiven. It's really hard to let go of things that shouldn't be let go of. But if you want a different experience, you have to take a different approach. You have to decide to become something that will attract a different thing. You may not think that you chose the past. You may not think you chose these experiences, and it really doesn't matter. You went through them. It's up to you to decide what you want to take from them and where you want to go in the future. Recently, I've really started focusing on mindset. I created a vision, and I'm not going to go into that on this podcast. I've talked about it extensively recently. But then the mindset, which is extremely key, I have been unrelenting on changing that frequency. The three that I've focused on are health, wealth, and happiness. I am a millionaire, and I receive millions of dollars a year. I am healthy and I make healthy decisions. I am love and I live in love and light. Those are just 3. You can, of course, do many more. Every morning I write them down. I put them in my pocket and I say them over and over. Anytime I'm faced with a decision, anytime I'm having to deal with something, anytime I'm having to think, I run those to correct my lens first. And what this is doing, because those words represent frequency, is they're changing the energy that I'm operating in. They're changing the way people interact with me because I am changing within. If you want to receive something different, you have to become something different. The law of attraction always works. It's always happening. I've said that hurt people hurt people. That makes sense because healed people heal people. So if you're surrounded by hurt people and you're hurt yourself, you're staying in that cycle. But if you can heal yourself, which means working on yourself, not blaming other things, not being a victim to other things, then you will start attracting more healed people that will go into you. Because a healed person, someone that has gone through growth, is not going to resonate with a hurt person that's still in that hurt energy. They'll be the example. They'll be there to help when that person starts trying to shift, when that person truly starts trying to grow. But they're not going to want to be around someone that brings them back to where they came from. So if you want to change, you have to let things go. You have to accept that it was all for you, as hard as that can be. And I've heard some of the stories. Some of you have reached out with some things that are so painful, but that doesn't mean this truth can't work. It doesn't mean that you can't become something so important, so meaningful, so impactful because of what you went through. It's still the truth. Take it all. Take the power back, take the control back, take your energy back, which is an observation and creation energy. If you keep observing all the things that are wrong, all the pain, all the hurt, all the trauma, you will continue to create that. Because you're telling the generator, whatever that would be, of this experience, that that's what you want more of. And I know it may not be fair, because someone else may have been born with the perfect parents, plenty of money, great friends, great support system, and they got this leg up. So their mindset, their vision is all aligned with those things, and so they have an experience that's that. But who's to say you didn't already have that experience and you wanted something more? You wanted to really impact the world. You wanted to create what needed to be done. We don't need more people having perfect lives. We need more people coming from imperfect backgrounds, healing and spreading love, creating more love than was in the world yesterday. And that's your purpose. That's your mission. If your life has been hard, if you've gone through those difficult things, the meaning, the value behind it is what you can do from here forward. It's not what has happened from here back. Take your power back. Choose to accept it. When you do this and you say, okay, I'm going to build a vision, and you build that vision of who you want to become, what that looks like, how that feels, and then you align your mindset, which is the lens that you perceive the world in. You start saying that everything is happening for me. You start purposefully looking for the good in any situation, even if the only good you can find from the situation is that it was so painful what happened to you that you grew, you learned, you evolved, and then you spread that growth and wisdom to the future. Even if that's the only good you can find of it, use it and bring it within. Continually do that over and over and over, and you will become this powerful light. You'll become this powerful example of what can be done. That's what the world needs. That's how you make true change. Anybody that has really impacted people, anybody that has truly made a difference, anybody that's been remembered is somebody that came from a hard background, is somebody that overcame extreme adversity. We may not know everything that they did to get there. We may not know the full version of their story, but they did it. And it's your turn. It's time to let go. You may have been thinking about it. You may have heard me say this before, but it's time to let it go. Connect with your higher self. Focus on the good in the world. That doesn't mean you ignore the bad. It just means you are choosing to use your power. If you knew without a doubt that what you focused on expanded, why would you spend any time talking about negative things? Even if they're true. Yeah, maybe your boss is a jerk. Maybe you have family members that stink. Maybe you did have a tough childhood. Maybe the finances are not in good shape. Maybe your health is not where you want it to be. Either way, if you accept the truth that whatever you focus on expands, why would you spend any time other than what's absolutely necessary on those? When you reflect at the end of the day, are you spending 80% on the bad and 20% on the good? You gotta shift it. You gotta flip it. 20% on the bad, 10% on the bad, 5% on the bad, and the rest on the good. You have power. Every single person does. This is not exclusive to me. It's not just because I'm lucky and this is magic and I have this magical power and so I'm able to manifest whatever it is that I desire. We all have the gift because we're all the same. We're all equal. We're all connected. We are all part of this energy trying to be the love frequency. So accept that truth. Whatever you focus on expands. Take full responsibility and know that everything happened for you so that you can become the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and gave you a positive perspective on your current situation that you can implement and use today. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link down below. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok and Facebook group all down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And if you're listening to this podcast and this episode really spoke to you and you're ready to make the change and you want to work with me, this is what I do. I'm a coach. I have 2 programs that I'm currently offering. One is the personal one-on-one coaching program where it's about building that vision, aligning your mindset, and then making sure you have the actionable steps each day to create that reality. This is for somebody that wants to achieve something. This is for somebody that wants to shift out of the negative energy that they're in. It's a really powerful program. The other one I offer is for entrepreneurs, business owners, and operators. It is the Zone of Genius program. It's the same concept as one-to-one coaching, but it's all about your business, about aligning the vision that you had when you created it, when you grew it, and you're ready to get it going again. Sometimes we get lost. Sometimes we get off the path, and this is a realignment program. We will rebuild that vision. We will make sure that your team members understand and know the vision. We will align your core values just as we would a mindset, so that way every employee is operating in thought alignment with the vision. And then we will build actionable duties and responsibilities for all the positions from the bottom up that support and align the core values, and then most importantly, move you closer to that vision. If you're interested in finding out more about either of these programs, you can message me on Instagram, or there's a link down below. If you fill that out, I will reach out to you directly and we can discuss what these would look like. If you enjoy this podcast and you just want more content, check out my other show, Unlock Your Abundance. New episodes come out every weekday, just like this, at the very same time. It's the same format, but it's really about tapping into your wealth energy, your abundance energy, so that you can expand and break down those blocks that have been holding you back. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.